Good morning. SportsCenter AM, Nicole Briscoe, Randy Scott, Chiney Ogwumike with us. Chilly and cold, historically so, through much of the country on this Wednesday morning. If only we could all be as warm as James Harden.
As hot as the beard.
Yeah. I'm sorry, why are you twisting this? He's hot.
Yes.
Yes. Team, maybe not so much.
That's
Taking on a Pelicans, come on. No, it's the truth. Taking on a Pelicans squad that is without 4 of its 5 starters, including Anthony Davis, looking good in the suit, though. Darius Miller, you have the job of guarding Harden.
Yeah, I love the James Harden floater, though, because that makes him unguardable. You take away the three-point line, you take away the rim. Let me pull out my floater. I can score anyway, anyhow.
Anyway, anyhow, from beyond the arc and not. There's the 3. Harden had 15 points on just 38% shooting in the first half. Rockets led by 7 at the break. How good has Jahlil Okafor been in the last 5 games?
I mean, he's been fantastic, and that dunk right there is a brow-worthy dunk.
27 points, 12 rebounds, and again in the last 5 games, 21+ points per game, averaging 11 rebounds. Pelicans by 3 after 3. Drew Holiday. Hello.
Yes, Drew Holiday is one of the best defenders in the league. James, I think, had 37, but he made James work for each and every one of those points.
Pelicans up 12 there. Harden bringing up the ball, hits the 3, had 30 points there. 24th straight game over 30. He finished with 37. 21 to go. Pelicans up 4. Anthony Davis doesn't want to be there, but he doesn't look that way because he was active, coaching him up. What do you see happening here?
Honestly, right here, I see the Rockets with an opportunity to steal a win, kind of, and get some momentum, especially with this possession. But I think James thought he was fouled.
He did, and he wasn't. Game over.
Yeah, hands straight up, no foul there.
That out of bounds. Harden shot only 34%, but he got his points. The problem is the Rockets didn't get the win.
Terrible loss for us. Terrible. Let down.
Did you feel it coming?
Yeah, we had no energy. We just didn't. It was from the beginning of the game too. You know, they were getting too many easy looks, easy layups. We didn't put no defensive pressure on them at all, and it just carried out the entire game.
Is it hard to turn it on when
we're not good enough to just turn it on? So we got to, get off to really good starts. And obviously tonight was one of those nights where we didn't play well defensively. And I mean, even though we shot the ball well, you give teams confidence, especially early in the game. They're capable of anything.
Harden missed 20 shots in this loss to the Pelicans. 20 of them. This is the 7th time this season he's had a game with 20 misses. I say this because I want you to keep in mind the rest of the NBA has 20 of those games combined, and no other player has more than 2 of those.
All right, so you've heard us, now you see us. We're back with Chiney here. Harden continues his individual run, but the Rockets, meanwhile, they're just 7-6 in their last 13. You do get Chris Paul back. You've climbed up to the 5th seed in the Western Conference. How legit of a contender is Houston now down the stretch?
I know they're just coming off a loss, and I know you just had the stat about their last 13 or so games, and I know we have some serious trust issues with the Rockets based on how they started their season, but if this team is healthy, they are still legitimate contenders. You have James Harden playing at a superhero MVP type of level, averaged, 44 points in January. They're just getting Chris Paul back, which might be a boost, especially because he's a true competitor. You also have Clint Capella, who's not playing right now, but you got to boost it off the bench, but also starting right now in Kenneth Faried, who can give you a 15-15 game when Capella gives you a 20-20. And then more so, the benchers and all the supporting cast are knocking down threes. So I know last night was not their best night, but if you look at this Rockets team, if they're at all cylinders, moving forward, I think this team can really still contend and have a run, especially come playoff time.
It's interesting you mentioned trust issues, because I think we're also still a little heartbroken from the way they close out their seasons as well.
And if they'll have gas.
Falling short
down
in the playoff seasons, right. Having gas is never good. Let's get to Suns and Spurs. Greg Popovich turned 70 a couple of days ago. You'd think maybe he'd be in a better birthday mood. We're going to show you why that was not the case. His Spurs 4-point lead with the Suns in town. Davis Bertans, no. LaMarcus Aldridge, yes.
Yeah, that's the signature type of play you remember from Portland. I'm happy for LaMarcus.
29 and 14 for him. But the Suns didn't go quietly. How about Kelly Oubre Jr.?
Wave Poppy making waves.
Wave Poppy, is that what we're going with?
That's his name.
That's it?
That's what they call him.
Good to know.
And that's what they say, Devin Booker with the shot, boy.
What do we call
him that? You
can't call him.
Devin Booker, 38 points. More on him in a moment. Here's Josh Jackson. Josh back the other way. We're tied at 124.
Yeah, perfect late game double. You couldn't draw that up any better.
All right, so you think maybe you're going to do something to get the ball in the hands of your shooters. That's still Rudy Gay.
Yes, vintage Rudy Gay from them Memphis days. I love it. I think he had an injury a while back, but now he's playing his best basketball. It's good to see.
Yeah, he's got his hops back. 4th career buzzer beater for him. First in more than 8 years. And Greg Popovich was the winning coach. Keep that in mind.
We were really fortunate to win the game. I thought that they outplayed us, out-coached us, out-physicaled us, out-executed us. We had no respect for them or for the game. We didn't play with each other. It was a pathetic performance, and Phoenix got robbed.
Good talk.
He was the winning hope. Good talk. LeBron James missing his 17th straight game when the Lakers took on the Sixers last night. So in his absence, advantage Sixers. Sixers are already up by 10. Joel Embiid, the block on Rondo, and then watch Ben Simmons.
People forget that Joel Embiid's first sport was volleyball, and I'll keep preaching that, and that leads to easy buckets.
You're right. I do forget that. TJ McConnell connecting with Simmons there.
So many lobs.
11 points in the first. He finished with 1986. The Sixers led by 19 after the first quarter, but in the second, the Lakers went on a 16-0 run.
Yeah,
Ingram.
This is the Brandon Ingram you've been waiting to see, but too little, too late, maybe?
Yeah, a little bit. He did have a career-high 36 points. It was still Sixers by 11 at the break. Simmons, again, I do all by myself.
Yeah, one of the toughest to stop when he's turning a corner, especially inside of three.
There was a moment, though, a little bit late in the game where you're like, oh, boy.
0 out of 10 landing from the judges.
0 out of 10 landing.
Yeah, 0.
He left the game for a little bit. It did Embiid. He came back in, said he was fine. 28 points, 11 rebounds. The Sixers experimented with the lineup in the game a little bit. Whatever they did, it worked. Thunder in Orlando. Paul George is on a roll.
Yeah, Paul George is a legitimate MVP candidate. Career numbers all across the board, and one of the hardest to stop off the dribble.
And I still don't think we're giving him enough attention.
We
by
are.
the way. 31 points on 11 of 16 shooting. Career high for points in the first half. How many did he have? Those 31. He finished with 37. So he's part of the highlight. The other part of the highlight goes to that guy, Russell Westbrook. Watch the rebound and then coast to coast.
Exactly. The reason why Russ can get away with a shooting slump and also get triple-doubles during the middle of that slump is because he's a rebounding guard and gets easy baskets in transition because he gets the rebound, pushes it, and gets good looks.
He mentioned it, 4th straight triple-double, his 17th of the season. He finished with 23 points, 14 rebounds, and 14 assists. Schroeder nailing that one in transition. He had 18 points in the fourth. It's a 21 points in the game total. Thunder win 126-117. Watch it. Schroeder, money.
Yeah, I gotta love it. He's such a great pickup for this team. He understands his role, and his role is to match Russell Westbrook's energy on both ends.
Thunder get the win because Magic 126-117. And as we said, Westbrook got his 17th triple-double of the season. It was a rare exception for him, though, because he actually did have a solid night on the floor. Russ is shooting just 40% from the floor this season in his triple-doubles. His true shooting percentage is 46%. That's 10 points lower than the league average for all players this season. Hosting the Pacers. That's followed by Donovan Mitchell. And the Jazz visiting Damian Lillard and the Blazers. That's at 10:30 Eastern. Coverage tips, NBA Countdown at 7 Eastern. See it on ESPN, both the TV and the app.
All right, last night took an L. Tonight we bounce back. Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Bucks visiting the Pistons. Coming in, Milwaukee 12-0 in games following a loss this season. Mike Budenholzer said really good teams historically bounce back after a loss. How about if Giannis starts shooting like 40% from three, we're all in trouble. Like you and I. Issues there. A steal poking away from Blake Griffin, only had 18 points. And Eric Bledsoe to Giannis, who had 21. Giannis later, the passer. Clutch? Yeah, to Chris Middleton. Bottoms. One of 11 dimes for Giannis, tied for the most in the game for him this season. Later in the third, we're going to show you 2 of the 11.
Okay.
Yeah. Pat Connaughton. Giannis 21, 11, 8 rebounds, 3 steals. Connaughton had 16 off the bench. Bucks win by 10.
I'm told it is now time to sit up and act like a proper adult because the music says it's time for half-hour headlines. Here's one I actually saw this morning. The Pelicans without 4 of their 5 starters.
That's true. But one of those starters, Anthony Davis, took his teammates out to dinner the night of his trade request, like the night that went public.
Okay.
So like the Last Supper, maybe?
The voice of this morning, seafood, see you later.
Shorthanded Pels, dominant in stretches. Against the Rockets, no less, Jahlil Okafor has been a find for New Orleans. 27 points, 12 rebounds last night. He started the last 5 games without Anthony Davis, averaging more than 21 and 11 in those games. Drew Holiday, the lone starter who played last night, he became the first guard with 15 points, 6 dimes, and 6 blocks since Michael Jordan in 1986. Where did they go for dinner? Glad you asked. Papa Drew It's a very famous seafood place, I'm just saying.
Okay.
James Harden, meanwhile, 37 points in the losing effort, 11 straight 35-point game. Longest streak since Kobe did it 13 straight 16 years ago. Didn't end well for the Beard, though. Looked like a foul late in a 4-point game. Thought he got it. He didn't. Just sort of jogged out of bounds. No whistle. Pelicans win. Harden finished the month of January either scoring or assisting on nearly 62 points per game. The first player in NBA history to contribute more than 60 points per game in a calendar month. The Rockets did go 8-6 this month. They improved their playoff positioning somewhat, one whole spot, 6th to 5th, thanks to the efforts.
So it wasn't Red Lobster. A win is a win is a win unless that win comes against the Suns via buzzer beater. And you are the Spurs. Greg Popovich was, how do we say this, less than pleased with his squad following their 2-point win last night. Rudy Gay was the hero. Pop was the soundbite.
We were really fortunate to win the game. I thought that they outplayed us, out-coached us, out-physicaled us, out-executed us. We had no respect for them or for the game. We didn't play with each other. It was a pathetic performance, and Phoenix got robbed.
How's it? This is Sports Center from Los Angeles. He's staying on him. Everybody's talking about him. They hear every word we're saying. James Harden and Anthony Davis, the NBA's top scorer and the league's top story, together.
Yeah. First game for Davis since his agent said he has no intention to sign an extension to remain in New Orleans. That violated a rule in the collective bargaining agreement, so the league fined Davis $50 grand for that Tuesday. He sat out for a 5th straight game with a sprained left index finger. Meanwhile, Harden entered this game with 23 straight games scoring at least 30 points. Second game back for Chris Paul after he missed 17 with a strained hamstring. And Harden going to work on Solomon Hill plus the foul. Darius Miller on him now. Harden goes right around him. Take another look at this. Miller has his hands behind his back trying not to reach in, but Harden goes right around him for the floater. Harden setting up the three, banging it, 15 points, though, on 5 of 13 shooting in the first half. Rockets up 66-59 at the half. They came in 13.5-point favorites. Jahlil Okafor throwing it down. Davis out also. Julius Randle out for the Pelicans. Okafor, 27 points and 12 boards. Pelicans up 3 after 3 quarters. Fourth quarter, under 4 to go. Pelicans up 10. Drew Holiday was fantastic. 19 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds, 6 blocks. You got to go back to Michael Jordan for a guard with those numbers. Pelicans up by 12. Now under 2 to go. Harden for 3. That gives him 30 points for the 24th straight game. Houston made a 12-4 run to climb right back in it. 21 seconds to go. Pelicans up by 4. Davis on the bench, active with the coaches, encouraging his teammates. Kenrich Williams missed his first free throw. Here's his second one. Clank, clank. Harden's got the ball. That's what you want if you're Houston. He wants the foul call here, assumes he got it, and just runs out of bounds. Didn't get the call, and they didn't get the win. Impressive win for the Pelicans. Harden with 37.
Terrible loss for us. Terrible. Let down.
Could you feel it coming?
Yeah, we had no energy. We just didn't. It was from the beginning of the game too. You know, they were getting too many easy looks, easy layups. We didn't put no defensive pressure on them at all, and it just carried out the entire game.
Is it hard to turn it on when you...
We're not good enough to just turn it on, so we got to, get off to really good starts. And obviously tonight was one of those nights where we didn't play well defensively. And I mean, even though we shot the ball well, you give teams confidence, especially early in the game. They're capable of anything.
Not a good start for Houston in this game, but a finish to a great month for Harden. 4th player in NBA history with 600 points, 100 rebounds, and 100 assists in a calendar month, joining Jerry West, Oscar Robertson, and Elgin Baylor. And that's a heavyweight list. Harden averaged 43.6 points per game in January, 7th most in a month in NBA history. Only player averaged more, Wilt Chamberlain, in March of 1963, most recently. But New Orleans did get the win on Tuesday with Davis missing his first game since the news came out of his trade request. Pelicans were 13.5-point dogs, making this the largest upset win in franchise history. So no Davis, no problem so far.
Well, it wasn't really drama to us. AD's here. He took his daughter to dinner last night. There's not really any drama for us. I know there's a lot of noise on the outside, but in the locker room, we're still all together. We still love AD. He still loves us. And like I said, he took us to dinner last night, so we're all good.
Right across the street, the Lakers on the Anthony Davis clock, or is it the Pelicans clock? LeBron James listening to Molly Hatchet, missing his 17th straight game. Might be ready to go against the Clips Thursday, depending on how the groin feels Wednesday. Lakers short-handed and outplayed. Somebody tweeted the Lakers playing like a bunch of dudes who want to ruin their trade value so New Orleans won't want them. Like, you'd better learn to love us, LeBron. Good tweet there. How about that right there after giving up 39 in the first? Steve Mikhailuk, former Jayhawk, powered by the Wang Burger.
So you're going to join us on Twitter now?
He's got the dunk, the three ball. Yeah, for sure. Look at LeBron over there. Groin looks fine. Outfit looks fine. Lakers look fine. Brandon Ingram, a career high 36 over Corey Brewer. Get down. It's a 16-0 run for the Lakers. Everybody funny. Now you funny too. Ben Simmons. Oh, feel my heat. He had 19 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. More Simmons later, this time getting Embiid involved. Oh, no! There's a man down. Embiid hurts his back, left the game, watched some Flyers highlights, came back into the game, a game the Sixers won. Coach Walton earlier Tuesday on LeBron James's potential return.
My hope is that he continues to get healthy and he's ready to play soon. When that is, we'll take it. We've waited this long, we're not going to rush him back now. So whenever he feels healthy enough to go is when that'll be. I don't think he's going full out yet. We haven't really seen him drive the lane and tomahawk dunk on anyone, but he's moving well, and he's getting up and down the court, shooting well. He doesn't look like he's hurting at all when he moves.
All right, missing you since you've been gone, LeBron. Lakers in the West, headed south since LeBron James's groin sat down. Left December 27th, 2.5 back at first. The beat goes on. They are 10.5 back and out of the playoff 8 as of this moment.